One of the most common and basic questions that we typically get asked is, what is MLM? MLM means that you are partnering with a multi-level marketing company. You may have also heard of this as network marketing companies or as direct selling. They're all one and the same. At the most basic description, the way I like to explain this when you're getting started is that it's like a really kick-ass affiliate program. It's more than that too, though. So with an affiliate program, for example, you see a lot of people out there say like, use code blah, blah, blah for a discount for whatever it is, right? So that gives people a little discount and it gives the person that's promoting it a little bit of a referral kickback. This is different than that though. It is a full-on business opportunity. The compensation plan, which we'll explain in a different video, it gives you the opportunity to build residual income and to change your life financially if you choose to go in that direction. What I want to start by saying is that nothing is guaranteed though. So if you put something into this, that's what you're going to get out of it. So it all depends on what you put in. When I was first coming into coaching, I was a little hesitant, I'll be honest. I came from a corporate background and I still do work in corporate. But really growing up, I always thought that I had to climb the corporate ladder in order to be successful. It was either that or I was going to take out tons more debt with a small business loan to build a business like my family's business with tons of overhead, like what I'd seen growing up from my family's business. The bonus with MLM is that you are a business owner without all that overhead. So you partner with Beachbody, but you don't work for Beachbody, you work for yourself. And what that means is that it's entirely performance-based. You get to determine what you want your goals to be. And then if you go above and beyond and you put in the work, you'll reach those goals, whether they be an income goal or maybe like an impact to society goal or whatever it is for you. To me, that's awesome because that means it's flexible. It's a flexible business based on who you are. There are no quotas, there are no benchmarks or requirements, but you get to set goals for yourself based on what you want out of this. So it's in your control. You control your speed, you control your goals, you control your progress for the most part. And that's unlike any other compensation structure out there, I think. Next piece that I think is really cool is that there's no risk. This part is something that I'm pretty obsessed with because if you're like me, you've always wanted your own business, but you worried about how much it would cost to get started and then all the moving parts, but you knew life was meant for more than that 40 to 60 hour a week corporate hustle. You know, I've wanted freedom over my life. I wanted to be able to travel. I've wanted to be able to be home with my family when that day came. I wanted all of those things, you know, and so many people do, but I wanted all those things without having to stretch myself thin. And I want that financial freedom in my life. So going from 6 figures of student loan debt and working 60 hours a week just to make ends meet, you know, as someone with a master's degree, I felt overworked, underpaid, and always stressed that the government was going to get me because of all my loans. Like I just couldn't justify putting myself into more debt to start a business or to take out a loan. When you partner with Team Beachbody, they are the ones though that are investing in the research and the development, and they're doing like the product development. They're doing all of the like the insurance and the liabilities and all that type of stuff. So your role is to come in and to say, I'm open for business. I'm here to help people. I'm ready to be a coach and to, give people amazing tools to elevate their life. And I want to build a substantial income for my life in a very flexible way. And you're able to do that without the overhead. So to me, that's pretty awesome that there is no risk there as a coach. As a business owner, you are here to be of service, to build something worthwhile for yourself on your own schedule. So it's nice that way. one of my favorite parts of this business is that you're not alone. You're part of a team. So whoever invited you here today, they invited you because they see potential in you and they want to help. They want to give you this gift that has changed their life in some way. And so that means that you have a mentor to guide you through the startup process. You have a team of other people who are also committed to using this platform to better their life and to make their impact and bring about financial freedom in their life. So you get to learn from all of those people. And what's really cool with that compensation plan is that there are so many levels, but well, part of it is your own independent performance, like it's performance-based, like we said. Another part of this is that you collectively work together as a team so that you never have to solely focus on sales alone. You can focus on being a coach, on leadership, and on making an impact in the world so that you know you can provide for your family or provide for your lifestyle that you want to live. But also to be able to be of service to others. And truthfully, I think that's what separates us from a lot of other MLMs out there. You know, I was very skeptical, I'll say it again, of getting started with MLM just because there is a lot of negative connotation out there because people they're not educated, they're not properly informed, and I was guilty of it myself. But I will tell you now that having been in it for a couple of years now, there are some weeks when my income with Beachbody is more than I made when I first graduated from graduate school with my master's. And that still shocks me to this day, but it's possible with the diligence and the effort and all that. I see the industry and this world going so much more towards MLM-based business. And the reason for that, honestly, is because for a company, it gives so much more ownership to its people and its partners. So you get to take ownership and treat this as your own so they actually experience more growth. And plus, it's performance-based. You know, in corporate, it gets to a point where for people, there's a cap, right? And there's no matter how much you go above and beyond, no matter what you do, your salary is capped. But with this type of structure, with MLM, if you're willing to take ownership, there is the potential to go so much further. Plus, from the company's perspective, it's much more cost effective. So when you find an MLM that you believe in, the potential is completely in your hands. The fact is that there are more self-made millionaires in this world from multi-level marketing platforms than any other industry. The proof is in the numbers. So the question is really, how do you take advantage of the opportunity that is in front of you? So I've talked all about the exciting stuff, which I love, but I want to touch on a little bit on what MLM is not, because I know that there are so many people out there who they just don't know. Initially, the most common thing that comes up in people's minds is that it's a pyramid scheme. And unfortunately, there were some companies back in the 80s, they went about it the wrong way. They were sleazy and they gave this industry a really bad rap. And pyramid schemes, like that idea came up, but they're illegal. So you can settle your nerves that that's not what this is. You know, I want to help shift your perspective though. I'm going to go back to the corporate example because that's my background. It's what I know. And this example kind of blew my mind. So if you're in a corporate role or any role, right, you have a manager and they have a manager and then they have a manager and yada, 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 right? So who makes the most money in that structure? It's the person at the top, right? It's the CEO. Now, think about this. What are the chances that coming in and just getting started, even when you're determined to climb that corporate ladder, and even when you're continuously going above and beyond to rise up the ranks, what are the chances that you would ever make as much money as the CEO or pass them up in the company? It's like rare, it's impossible, right? Now, here's the difference with MLM. Yes, you're part of a team, and yes, someone brings you into this, but like I said before, this is performance based. So you set your own goals and you do your own thing with this. So for example, let me give you this example. Your coach may be a mom and her goal maybe is to provide income for her family, but her number one priority is always going to be her children. She wants to have that sense of self, right? She wants to make a difference in the world, maybe a little bit in her home, but her first priority is her family. So her goals might be different than yours are. For you, maybe you want to be a kick-ass CEO and you want to create a movement and change lives. And 100%, you could pass up your upline in terms of income and rank and everything. If you look at a pyramid structure itself, really it's a corporate structure. You start down at the bottom and it's very rare that you get back up to the top. And you sure as heck aren't making more than the people above you. But with MLM, because it's performance-based, you could 100% pass up so many other people if that's your goal. Also, your coach is not going to make ongoing commission off of you or a portion of your earnings. In a pyramid scheme, for instance, I would get a portion of your check and you would get a portion of your people's checks or whatever, but that's not how this works. Everything I earn comes directly from Beachbody, and the same holds true for you and everyone else. After a few years in, I can honestly say Beachbody is one of the most value-driven and integrity-based companies I know, and they go above and beyond to continuously be looking at our compensation plan so that coaches can succeed more and more, and so that we're compliant for long-term success. And I think that really separates us from so many other businesses out there. So I'll leave you with this. If you find an MLM that you believe in, it is life-changing because it allows you to take ownership of your own company without the risk, without the overhead, and you're not in alone. That's what separates Beachbody from so many others in my perspective. And that's, that's what allows us to truly impact so many lives. We're not just representing products. We're here giving people a chance to change their lifestyle. You are truly a coach. And what I like to think is that when you're a coach, you believe in people until they believe in themselves. And you give them that holistic approach to elevate their life. You give them products, you give them nutrition, you give them for fitness and confidence and community and income and support. So if you are someone who wants to make an impact in this world and be of service to others, I'm here to say, I believe this is for you.